So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Hi everyone, welcome to Beyond the Books, and today we have Khangela Dube, a graphic designer, not just any graphic designer, but someone who has received an award for being the best logo designer. How are you doing?
Yeah, greetings Lisha, and greetings to our viewers. As she has said, my name is Khangela Dube and I am an artist who focuses on graphics design.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about yourself, what program are you doing here, and a bit about Khangela.
Okay, here at school I'm doing a Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences and I'm focusing on economics and statistics. But then when it comes to my artistic part, I am a graphics designer, and my journey, actually I can say my journey began before my journey began. When I was still in primary school, I used to do rough sketches, drawings, and I thought I might be a professional drawer, when it comes to like portrait pictures, just like creating pencil sketches and stuff, like drawing people. I used to draw my mom, landscapes and all that. So that's how I ended up falling in love with drawing and just artistic designs. So I used to do a lot of things, trying maybe writing songs, writing poems, just like focusing on like different types of arts.
So you've always been passionate about it?
About arts, yeah, I've always been passionate about arts.
So did you like have to go and do a short course? Okay, apart from the fact that you had this talent,
yeah.
Did you do a short course on it?
Actually, this is how it happened. When I completed school, my brother is into graphics design. And there's this friend of mine who's also into graphics design. So what happened is when I completed school, I was just trying to hustle and I was kind of idle. So sometimes he would teach me how to do things, and he would be like, okay, I'm having a bit of pressure here, can you create this poster for me? And this guy found out that he has a degree in graphics design. I don't have a degree in graphics design, but sometimes he would give the kids and feel like I'm not able to do this. He's qualified, but he would give me his skills, feeling like, okay, I'm unable to manage this. Okay, can you do this for me? So
it actually runs in the family.
I can say it runs in the family because I got it from my brother. It's a skill, I'm not qualified, but I got the skill from my brother and from my friend. So he was like, okay, this is how you do it. He first introduced me into Lumi and Pixel Lab. So I started using Pixel Lab. So I felt like, okay, so now it's easy. I don't really need to draw things. I can just create some things using computers, so it's more like easier for me to do. But some people feel like it's complicated. They're trying to shift this, they're trying to place this in its order, but it's unable to do so. That's how I ended up being good at it.
So apart from, okay, you do logos, you do flyers, so which part of this thing, like the material, do you find it more simpler? Like you always know what's okay, if a client is gonna want maybe a flyer, this won't take much of my time. Which one is more easier to do?
Do you know that actually a logo is more expensive than a poster and a flyer? But for me, the logo is simpler to do but gets more money.
It isn't complicated. I thought you would say a flyer, honestly.
Actually, a logo is simpler to do than a flyer.
For you?
For me, it takes me less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I get paid.
Okay, so I understand that currently you are an external graphic designer for Bonelela.
Is it right?
So how did they get hold of you? Did they spot the talent, or did you like apply with, okay guys, can I do those services for you and you pay me?
Actually, that's my brother's gig. My brother is part of like the Bonelela Foundation. I myself, I am a graphics designer who worked with art-based consultancy and also towards investment. And also, I also do like freelance graphics design, meaning like I have gigs on Upwork and all that. But then for Bonelela, it's actually when I was like, my brother was feeling paired up, he has a lot of things to do. So he'd be like, okay, can you do this for me? So he found that I'm doing the graphics for them. So it's actually his gig, but he find that I'm doing the artworks for him. For the Bonelela part.
Are there any challenges that you've encountered while working Bonelela?
While working in the graphics design part, I would say there are two challenges that I can say these are really challenges. Trying to correct an error that another artist did, number one. Number two, it's working with churches and elders. That's what I can say. The other one is better than this one because the other one it would be like okay. I remember there's a time when there was like this football team. They wanted they lost their logo, so they started showing me this is how it was. This is how it was. So the person who tried to recreate it failed to recreate it. So they wanted me to correct the error the person did. So
or like picking up the pieces.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is to start afresh from scratch, because I feel like that was more easier for me to do than just try to correct the error, because the person has to send you their project. You just can't really figure out what they were doing there. And then when it comes to working with churches and others, that's so difficult because you find that they give you they give you so many people, so many speakers, so many. They want a noisy poster. Which is snazzy, number one. Number two, the clutter, which is snazzy and it doesn't go with pixels. So and then the other thing is they observe so much protocols. They'll be like, yeah, why is the MC like the size of the pastor? You know, the pastor has to be bigger than the MC. And then I remember there's this time I was like, I created I won't say the church because they might be watching this video somehow. They might end up watching this video, so because I'm a apostle. So yeah, they were like, can you create this for us? And then I placed the pastor in the middle. And then the other guys, they were like, hi, we even outsourced this guy, he's not from the church, you have to reduce his picture. And then I said, okay, because it looks snazzy, I have to push the pastor to the side. So when I pushed the pastor to the side, they were like, hi, so they have a lot of problems. They try to observe protocols which actually ruin the overall design.
So how do you then handle that? How do you make them understand? Good to know, we're trying to avoid good to the clutter.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes you try to make sense or try to make things reason with them. But then with the elders, you can never make it reason with them. So what the client wants, the client gets. But I try to add some features that would make another person, more especially a person who knows how graphics should be like, and realize that okay, there was an error here, there was a problem here. It's not necessarily an error; it's something that they do deliberately. So they make you cause an error, an unnecessary error. So yeah, that's it.
Alright, I get you. So in 2023, you received the award of being the best logo designer.
Yeah.
By the then former deputy prime minister. Who was that, by the way?
It was Temba Masugu.
Oh, Temba Masugu. So did you receive a call, or you were attending an event and then maybe he was like, okay, please come up front and this is your award? How did that happen?
So I received. I was like into some kind of. That was I think a year after completing school. So I was just like trying to network with people, and then I received an email. They were like, the Deputy Prime Minister's office they will be launching a 116 child helpline. So they were like, they are in need of a graphics designer who's going to do that. So they said graphics designers, qualified graphics designers, I was unqualified, can get into the competition and design the logo. So I didn't really care about qualifications. I just read through and like, okay, I can do this. So one thing about me is I am artistic. I don't just create something because it looks nice. Everything is storytelling in the pixels that I do. Everything has its own story. So I designed it in such a way that I even explained it. That, okay, this stands for this, this stands for this, this stands for this. So I remember there was like a telephone and also a child receiving help in the logo. I think the logo is available.
So it was corresponding with everything.
It was corresponding with everything. And also the 116 had a Swazi flag below. So yeah, it was like in for help with child and it's something like I don't remember their slogan. So and then I think they took so much time to launch the color program, to launch the helpline. So I thought that maybe somebody else won and they just didn't want to say apologies instead of sending those kind of emails. So like, let it go. I was just like continuing with my small gigs there and there, doing for small parties, house parties and all that. So, and then I think early, mid or late 2023, they called me. They were like, we're going to be hosting this. We are glad to announce to you that you are the winner. Oh, what are you talking about? And then I received the email, like, oh, this is what they're talking about. Oh. So yeah, they told me.
How did you feel?
How did I feel? At first, when I designed the logo, I knew that I'll shine everyone, like in the thing that I did. So
you must be really confident.
Yeah, I was confident. I know what I'm doing, and I know no one else can do it the way I did it. So, and then I gave up because they took so much time. Like, let me just bear it. So when I received the call, I was like, yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That has to be you. So that's how I felt. I didn't feel like disbelief or doubt, like, is it really me? So I just felt like, yeah, that's it, man.
You're deserving.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the award?
What was the award? If I recall very well, it was a laptop and
that's nice.
Also prize money.
So by the moment Antilabo was getting emphasis, so
yeah,
you didn't need to buy a laptop. That is nice.
Yeah.
So for someone, okay, do you offer like any kind of training on graphic designing? Because someone from the university would be interested in learning about graphic designing. Do you offer such services?
I would say an artist is an artist by nature, not by learning. So it's very hard to teach someone graphics. To an extent that I've tried it before, more especially with people who feel like they're homies and like, oh, I just want to do something that you do know. So I've tried to teach someone, but then you find out that they are not able. It takes so much time. It gets draining. So I would say I'm not really offering formal graphics design lessons and stuff. I just do it for my kind of gigs. Yeah, I'm not teaching. I'm not really teaching it. I've tried it
and
before.
You're not planning to.
And I'm not planning to.
Yeah,
because there are people. In fact, I feel like a graphics design degree is a scam because someone can be self-taught. So I feel like because there are people who have graphics design degrees who actually hire me to do their work because they end up focusing on other things like events and all that, but they don't do the graphics. That's why I feel like it's low-key a scam. Yeah.
That is sad.
Yeah.
So can you like mention some of the private businesses that you've worked with, designed logos for, flyers, whatsoever that was?
Yeah, there are quite so many of them. I've worked with a number of NGOs after partnering with Advies and Tobogans. I worked with a number of NGOs. I would say, I can say Advies was working with a number of NGOs and I was the graphics designer for Advies. Advies, it's a consultancy firm that advertises businesses. Okay. Yeah, so they partnered with Rotary Club and all that, so I was kind of working with like for their events. And also, I can say it helped me in a different expertise that I wasn't expecting because they were advertising business and mostly hosting parties, and hosting events, not really parties. So I ended up being into events management.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm also able to facilitate events, manage events, being in preparation, seeking sponsors, preparing sounds and all that. I managed that because I was working with. I was only a graphics designer, but I learned a skill that I wasn't expecting. I've worked with quite a number of businesses, also with my touring companies. Because investment also has like touring companies, in fact a touring branch. So I've also worked with tours, which they are also a touring company. In Eswatini, they're very good and very big. They're also getting some awards and stuff. I've seen them; they're doing quite well. And I've also worked with. You've mentioned one earlier, but I won't really. What else? Lorry Technologies. I've also worked with Lorry Technologies. I've worked with kind of number of. Maybe I cannot really remember some of them and most of them, but I remember. I think it was like 2024. I also designed the calendar for the municipality of Manzini Their calendar, the year calendar.
2024.
I think it was 2023 or 2024.
Okay.
Their calendar, yeah. So I've worked with quite a number of institutions, organizations.
Mm-hmm. And would you say there is a point whereby, as a graphic designer, you would say you now know everything about graphic designing, or it's a continuous thing, you learn and learn and learn?
No, I would say it's a continuation. You learn and learn and learn. Because I can say I started off with Lumi. It was taking so much time to design a logo. I mean, not a logo, a poster, just a poster. It was taking me so much time. And then my brother introduced me to Pixel Lab. That was very, very easy. And then you went to using a laptop, going to Adobe Illustrator. That one is a bit complicated if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, it's more efficient. Yeah. So you learn and learn and learn.
Okay. So do you have any future plans besides all of those things that you've achieved in graphic design? Do you still plan in something interesting?
I won't really say so many things that I've achieved. You know, I've done this and that, but I feel like there's this American woman. Her name is Elizabeth Mora. She has never went into graphics design school. She has never attended any formal education that has to do with arts. She has been an artist who's drawing and all that, you know. So she ended up falling in love with graphics design, introduction of computers and these sites, you know, and like these softwares. So she is a living millionaire, freelance graphics designer. She's a millionaire, freelance graphics designer, meaning she has never been formally employed. That's freelance, meaning I just do my own gigs.
Just like you.
Yeah, that's where I'm going into. You know? So she's a female. She's a millionaire. She has never been to formal education, like graphics design education, but she's doing very well. So my plans are, I want to focus. It's just that I know you find that you have academic pressures and all that. So you find that I'm not really. Sometimes I withdraw myself from the gigs and stuff. So I want to focus on Upwork and what's the Fiverr. So it's a portal or website where you post your work and also network with other people. You find that maybe someone else from, let me say, Canada is hosting the event and wants a cheaper graphics designer because their graphics designers charge more. So they can outsource a skill from another part of the world that can be cheaper for them than the skill they would pay for in Canada. So you find that they pay you a lesser price to do something, but the lesser price to you is something that can be a good stepping stone. But because when it comes to Upwork, this is how it works. The more gigs you get, the more people can reach to you, because after like you do the artworks, they write their feedback, like this is how I felt, or okay, that was just to the point. So you find that it's more like a recommendation. So the more you get people, the more customers you get, even if they pay a cheaper price. Let's say maybe they paid $4 or $5. You know, that's something like 90 something bucks, close to $100. Yeah, $5. It's close to $100. So you find that they end up recommending you. It's more like they write their feedback, it recommends you to someone else. So it's more like you just the more gigs you get, the more customers you get, and the more exposure you get.
You don't have to be looking and looking.
Sometimes you have to search before you get the gigs. But after you get the gigs, it gets into the algorithm.
Speaking of academic pressure, how do you ensure that you deliver what the client wanted from you, while also ensuring that you perform well in your academics, remembering what you came for at school?
Okay, usually this is what I do. Find that that's why if you send me things in the morning, you will still receive it in the afternoon. But people usually think maybe that will take something like 2 to 3 days, of which it doesn't. So the person doesn't know that I didn't deliver in my time, but they think I delivered in time. If I like maybe I'll just like do all the things that I received. Just do them maybe in the afternoon, probably 10 p.m. to 11, and then I'll just send them in the morning. They will think it's time, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think passion drives you to do all of those things, deliver in time. You don't struggle.
sometimes you do struggle. You find that you're having a test or an exam tomorrow, and you're having this person is paid, and the person who is paid money has an attitude. Yeah, when someone pays you, they have an attitude like, I want my shit. So you find that I have a test tomorrow, but I cannot tell them that can I just give it tomorrow, So those are the kind of struggles that you find that I have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what can you say to someone watching you right now and someone aspiring to do well in graphic designing and work with companies, work with businesses, design things for them? What can you say?
I would say your network is your network. The people that you talk to, the people that you know, are the people that will get you to places. The people that I've worked with, I think the number of people, more especially the number of people or big kind of micro, I would say major businesses that I've worked with, you find that I've been recommended by another client of mine. So the more people you work with, the more you can get the more you can get ahead. So that's what I would say is get people who are in your niche and who will push you or who will give you the pressure to keep fighting, keep on doing better, and also know that you cannot know everything, just keep learning. And once somebody says, I haven't received this the way I wanted it, don't have a negative attitude, don't slack back, just know that sometimes you do receive, don't feel like maybe those kind of feedbacks saying you're a poor artist, but it means you can do better than that. Just try to take it as advice, not as let me say a pushback. Yeah, so don't hit back to yourself on that. Just make sure you take that as advice and do your best in everything that you do. Otherwise, you practice.
So, what if someone wants your services? How do they get hold of you? Are you in social media platforms, and what are those? How exactly can someone get hold of you for those services?
Okay, if you need graphics design services from me, I prefer to drop my number because I find that I respond later on Facebook, Instagram, and all that. Yeah, and also I think even on LinkedIn I do have a drop down there on graphics designer, and yeah, social media I just prefer you sending me a private message on WhatsApp. 78165 That's my number. So yeah, you can text me on WhatsApp, and I'm preparing by July to. I was kind of like feeling if I can design a website that has everything that I've done, all the kind of works that I've done, so that the person doesn't ask, what have you done? What have you done?
You're an amateur.
Yeah. So you find that you're able to say that, this is what he has done, so the person knows who you are before they because I remember sometime I wrote an email to this company, and they're like, send us your resume, who have you worked with? They're asking all those kind of things, so you find that you have to attach emails before you work with them. So I also want to officially launch my pages on all social media platforms, not just me doing me, but because I want to partner with my brother in this one. It's a company that we're already doing, it's Candy Graphics.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna be having like the formal social media platforms.
Okay.
Yeah, but that will be for July. We're gonna launch it officially in July. So for now, we can just use my private number.
Got it. We came to today's end of today's episode. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say? Maybe your final goodbyes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, and please do make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Khangela, for honoring our invite. We've come to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much, guys. Stay curious.
So back to what I was saying. Could be us.